This week's Parsha of Parshat Shoftim teaches at the very beginning, Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha b'chol she'arecha. Shoftim v'shotrim, judges and police forces, should be placed b'chol she'arecha, in the entrances, the she'arim, the gates that you might have. We all know and are familiar with the fact that Chazal explain, titen lecha is the singular vernacular. You should have said titen lachem or titnu lachem, plural, to your communities. But yet, it is a singular directive. Each and every one of us have to place shoftim v'shotrim, have to have a values, morals, ethics, a guard sense in terms of what is priority to us in our own personal lives. Rav Chagai Lundin explains, why is it that the Torah emphasizes b'sha'arecha? What are these she'arim, these gates? Classically, the Torah, when it refers to she'arecha, gates, it refers to pearly gates, the gates of leadership. Gates are a sign that a person is ascribed the mantle of leadership. He is ascribed a position of importance, of credence. For example, we know that Lot, who was considered the mayor, as Rashi explains, of Sodom, it says, V'hu yoshev b'shar ha'ir. He sat at the entrance, the gates of the city, which demonstrated his importance as his stature, in terms of his credence and his position that he held in Sodom. We know this as well with regards to Mordechai. Mordechai also, Yoshev b'shar ha'ir. He was sitting at the gates of the city, which also demonstrates that Mordechai held a position of leadership. Why is it? What is the importance of these she'arim? What the Torah wants us to understand is that positions of leadership, or being a leader, requires us, prior to our exiting our city, prior to our exiting our immediate confines, to establish shoftim v'shotrim. A true leader is someone who's able to ask themselves, why am I leading? What is my purpose? What are my ideals? Do my ideas and ideologies resonate with the people around me? Am I truly here to serve them as opposed to serving myself? And that is why it says, shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha b'sha'arecha. When you're in the positions of leadership, regardless of what that position might be or how you feel about yourself and your job, it has to be escorted and allotted with shoftim v'shotrim. Those values, those morals, those ethics, that code that gives you and ascribes you that position. And this is why, as well, when it comes to someone who is suffering or dealing with a various illness, for instance, a mental illness, that person also needs to be reminded of shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha b'chol she'arecha. You are important, you do count, you have a purpose, and you have what to contribute. Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha. Give to yourselves those morals, that value. Understand that you do have something, and you are worth a tremendous amount in terms of your contributions that you can offer in this world. That's something that we have to consistently remind them of. And this is why it says b'sha'arecha. As you exit your city, as you exit your confines, as you exit perhaps your comfort zone, take with you the shoftim v'shotrim. Remember, never compromise on your values and on those attributes that are so important to you. Carry them with you. This is perhaps why the end of the parsha ends with egla arufa, someone who exited the confines of a city, and we find someone deceased, Rahman al-Itzlan. A special korban has to be offered for that deceased because we cannot identify what led to his death. This person left the confines of a city, perhaps forgot himself, did not maintain his boundaries, did not fully understand or was not aware of various consequences, and as such, this is consequentially his bitter end. We find him deceased. Perhaps the Torah is being figurative. If we do not carry with us our shoftim v'shotrim, if we do not carry with us our values and have that judgment code, then ultimately we will see an egla arufa. It can lead to horrible consequences, to terrible outcomes, even to the extent that chas v'chalila, it can lead to a deceased. It can lead to death. And so these are the principles, the values that we have to embrace. This past week, I heard someone speak about tefillah, and he kept saying, inevitably, God will answer our prayers. God will answer your tefillah if you use all your heart. The truth is, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure what it means that God answers your prayers. That seems like a very, very simplistic way of seeing things. But tefillah, the concept of tefillah, which is so foreign to so many of our youth today, and so foreign to so many people today, and so foreign to so many communities, particularly following Corona, the concept of tefillah is for us. Shachrit, Mincha, Mariv, morning, afternoon, evening, places us in check. It reminds us to take with us those Shoftim v'Shotrim, to take those codes with us consistently every day during the course of our day and during the course of all of our actions that we are involved with. In the morning, we're reminded of how we should lead our day. In the afternoon, we're reminded to ask ourselves, how are things going? And in the evening, we're reminded to review that day in terms of, did we indeed embrace those Shoftim v'Shotrim when we left our She'arecha, when we left our comfort zone at home? This is the concept of tefillah, and perhaps that's what it means that God answers our prayers. God gives us and allots us this opportunity to better and improve ourselves and to enhance our existence and remember our reason for being here. This is the Torah way, it is the Jewish way, and it always will remain the Gila way. Shabbat Shalom.